Risk assignment of mercury. Substance. Mercury is a heavy metal. Hg is Mercury's symbol with an atomic number of 80. There are three forms of mercury, which are elemental, inorganic, and methyl mercury. Uses of mercury. There's thermometers, dental fillings, paints, electrical switches, batteries, and fluorescent lighting. Down below on the right, you'll see I have the percentage use of which these items carry mercury. Exposure. You're going to have occupational, which is going to be miners, healthcare workers, and manufacturer workers. Environmental, which is contaminated fish, water, or air. Consumer products, which is broken thermometers and old batteries. Routine of exposure. Most common is oral, such as eating fish and shellfish that have high levels of methylmercury, a highly toxic form of mercury, in their tissues. Almost all people in the world have at least trace amounts of methylmercury in their bodies. However, most people have mercury levels in their bodies below a level associated with possible health effects. Nearly all methylmercury exposures in the United States occur through eating fish and shellfish that contain higher levels of methylmercury. How one might ingest mercury. First, mercury occurs naturally in coal and other fossil fuels when people burn these fuels for energy. The mercury becomes airborne and goes into the atmosphere. In the United States, power plants burn coal to create electricity. This is the largest source of emission. They account for about 44% of all man-made mercury. Once in the air, mercury is eventually settles into bodies of water like lakes and streams, or onto land where it can then be washed into the water. Microorganisms in water bodies can change it into methylmercury, where it builds up in fish and shellfish. In a given water body, the highest concentration of methylmercury are generally found in large fish that eat other fish. Hazard assessment. Some things that go into effect will be the form of mercury, the amount of mercury and the exposure, the age of the person being exposed, how long the exposure lasts, how the person is exposed, and the health of the person being exposed. There are three forms of mercury that I listed in the beginning, and these are the six things that can affect your body. Nervous system, kidneys, immune system, cardiovascular effects, reproductive and developmental toxicity, damaged DNA, and can cause cancer. First is nervous system. This is the most sensitive target, especially to methylmercury and elemental mercury vapor. The effects are going to be memory loss, irritability, insomnia, vision, hearing, touch, neuromuscular changes such as muscle weakness, and in severe cases might cause seizure or coma. Next up is kidneys. This is an inorganic mercury salt, can be very harmful to your kidneys, especially the part called proximal tubules, which help clean your blood. This can also cause kidney failure in high exposures. Immune system. Mercury can confuse the immune system, making it attack the body's own tissue by mistake. This can cause kidney inflammation, autoimmune-like problems where the body acts like it has a disease, such as lupus, with symptoms like joint pain, rash, or tiredness. Cardiovascular effects. Methylmercury exposure is linked to elevated blood pressure, some evidence of increased risk of heart attack and stroke in high exposure areas. Reproductive and developmental toxicity. Methylmercury can pass from a pregnant mother to her baby through the placenta and build up in the baby's brain. This can cause birth defects, low birth weight, learning movement as the baby grows, and possible risk of miscarriage and trouble getting pregnant in the future. Lastly is damaged DNA and cause cancer. Mercury can harm cells, but it usually does this by causing stress inside the body. This is not directly messing with a person's DNA. Most tests don't show that it directly changes genes, though. Experts so far have said that regular mercury, such as metal or inorganic, still is not sure if it causes cancer within people. And methyl mercury, which is the one you get from fish, might cause cancer, but still are not 100% sure. Standard levels for safe use. How to stay safe from mercury in your community. You can check your electricity source if it comes from coal. Ask for a cleaner option like wind, solar, natural gas. Use mercury-free products, and then recycle mercury items properly. For eating fish and shellfish, eat mainly types of fish and shellfish and low mercury, and limit your consumption on these types of fish that may have high mercury levels. Lastly is replacement chemicals. Replacement chemicals for mercury depend on its specific use. Here's a breakdown of common uses of mercury and the safer alternatives that have been adapted over the years. For example, thermometers use a digital thermometer instead. Dental fillings maybe use some type of cement filling instead. And light bulbs, instead of using fluorescent light bulbs, use LED lighting instead. These are my sources.